Last year on the AV SuperFriends Halloween special, haunted classrooms, glitching projectors, and some very confused professors. When ghostly faculty started lecturing from beyond the grave, the AV SuperFriends traced the hauntings to a long-forgotten research hall buried beneath campus. Solid teamwork sent the spirits to rest. Mostly. But this year, the hauntings seem to be focused on the stadium and a coach who refuses to quit. Scene 1. Kickoff. On a campus that swears it doesn't believe in ghosts, the lights still flicker. The old stadium seems to breathe when no one is there. And the scoreboard? Well, let's just say it's been calling plays of its own.
There! Did you see that? It keeps jumping to 13 seconds in the fourth. Always 13. We've replaced the control board twice. Power is clean. Network is clean. Even the raccoons have season tickets at this point.
Raccoons don't cause phantom touchdowns. That's usually squirrels.
Or over-engineered control systems.
We'll take a look. Quick interview now, diagnostics after. You said it started when? Last month?
The moment we announced the 100th anniversary homecoming night game, lights strobe, the PA whispers, and the marching band plays by itself across the street.
Band ghosts are a pretty known issue. I brought a ground loop isolator, some ferrites, and a few prayers.
Try the ferrites. Skip the prayers.
Larry, grab a baseline on a power and network. Jamie, take a packet sniffer on that AV subnet mirroring port, and please.
Copy that. Minimal fuss, maximum multicast.
Please don't say multicast like it's a lifestyle.
So, before the weirdness, any changes? Renovations? Old spaces newly opened?
We rehung some lighting, replaced a few conduit runs that travel under the old gym sub-basement.
Wait, under the what now?
Original campus gym, burned down in the 20s. Some people were trapped in the fire. Part of the stadium sits on it.
Somewhere under the bleachers, the past kept breathing.
Hey, who powered the PA?
Nobody. Bad breaker, maybe?
This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
All right. That's a decent reverb tail there.
Yeah, but that's not ours.
Who's the midnight coach with the whistle?
It can't be. Coach Grange, he's a legend, but he's...
A legend, yes. Also very much dead.
Let's kill the scoreboard feed.
Cutting the control line? It's ignoring the commands.
It seems to be looping back to the switch. Well, these packets look... How do I say this? They look old.
Old? What's an old packet exactly?
As in, the data's formatted like a museum exhibit. The packet headers are almost 100 years old. Leather helmets, by the way, of UDP?
Set your feet! Run it again! This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
We can't cancel homecoming. The donors, the alumni, the food trucks.
As long as we don't have to add 50 new features to do it. Also, what kind of food trucks?
We'll need to access the archives, original blueprints, and any photos from the old gym era. Names, rosters, anything that ties the system to them.
I can pull keys, but the archives are surely closed.
That's all right. We don't need to go anywhere for that research. We still have Justin.
All right, Jamie, patch Justin through, but please keep it simple. Last time you opened a tunnel, we lost almost 6 months of tax records.
Relax! I got this. So set up a reverse NAT hairpin through a VLAN tag to multicast tunnel and...
That sentence already sounds illegal.
And define reverse NAT hairpin?
Well, think of it as a bi-directional metaverse aperture writing piggyback on top of layer 3 IGMP snooping with a redundant Dante clocking heartbeat just for good luck.
Oh, wait. You're using a Dante clock to regulate multicast? That's like feeding pop rocks to a gremlin.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All good. I applied the appropriate QoS priorities. I limited the TTL to 32 hops, and I grounded the metaverse node to the chassis Earth.
Grounded? You can't ground the metaverse.
Oh, you can if you believe in the packet. Besides, did you have any better idea to get Justin out of the metaverse? And here, I'm telling you, this works. Oh, just watch.
Wake me up before you go up. Why does everything taste like orange? Okay, hold on. I'm seeing the stadium's control topology and, wow, that's a lot of VLANs for a football stadium.
Yeah, says the man living in a VLAN.
Well, I can trawl digitized archives from the metaverse node. Give me a minute or two to...
Hey, he's back. It's actually working.
Of course. Told you it would. Perfect IGMP registration multicast efficiency at its finest.
From the metaverse node, give me a minute or two to...
Jamie?
What?
Please say you didn't. Why do we have stereo Justins?
Hi, also Justin. And also Justin.
That's probably the replication buffer. Well, let's just say I designed it to maintain redundant identity packets just in case of frame loss, and so...
So is that your way of just saying you cloned him?
Temporarily. I mean, the system will deduplicate once the session ends.
Hey, can anyone hear me?
Stop talking, you're feedback looping me. Am I in Kansas or is this port 554?
Well, congratulations, Jamie. You turned Justin into a multicast group. We've got our own boy band of just Justins.
That's actually a decent name for a band. Just Justins.
Look, technically, an any source multicast. I didn't create them. I just subscribed to every possible Justin simultaneously.
You've weaponized presence.
Well, at least we'll never lose connection again.
Or privacy.
Please, just set the tunnel before we need an entire subnet for just Justins.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Let's see. Just deregistering multicast group 239.255.jstn. Rerouting to unicast. Rebooting the metaverse bridge.
Okay, I think I'm back to one of me.
Well, mostly.
Fantastic. Schrodinger's Justin.
Okay, let's add identity redundancy to the punch list.
And while we're at it, let's ban Jamie from touching multicast ever again.
Hey, admit it. It worked.
Yeah, sure. You crossed the streams and called it a bandwidth management.
Well, at least we've got a depth chart of all Justins.
And there you are. Coach Grange, meet your new offensive coordinator, or coordinators. Committee.
Bench warmers with electric typewriters. Run it again! This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
The night gathered its teams. On one sideline, the living with laptops and multimeters. On the other, history, with a score to settle.
All right, triage. Jamie, quarantine the Justins before we build a whole roster. Chris, map the power path feeding the PA. Larry, you and I are going to go under the stands to find out where the new conduit crosses the old gym foundation line.
I'll browse through these archives and look for a game that may have stopped around 13 seconds left.
Also pulling roster names if this is, them. We may need more than new patch cables.
More than patch cables?
Yeah, we may need to provide closure.
This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
Our story is underway, and somewhere between the new wiring and the old ghosts, a game is about to begin again. Scene 2. Under the stands. Under the bleachers, where the new conduit cut through old stone, the air was colder. The stadium above had its ghosts. Down here, the ghosts had an entire stadium.
Every stadium's got a crawl space, and none of them smell like roses.
Yeah, it's because roses don't run fiber, triax, and cat 6 through wet conduit. Ugh.
Shh. Did you hear that?
Hey guys, the Justins are multiplying again. I'm counting 4, 5 in the VLAN table. One of them's humming a fight song.
Go team. Wait, what's happening?
I'll just ignore him. Cross-referencing archives, pulling microfilm images. One headline reads, "Championship canceled by collapse."
Canceled or unfinished?
Line up! Shoulders low, eyes forward. 13 seconds to glory.
Chris, kill that feed.
I already did. That is not coming from us.
And it wasn't. The hum of the PA wasn't from power. It was from memory.
Hello, is this the campus archivist? Great, this is Larry with the AV with IT. We need rosters from the 1925 gym collapse, the football squad. Any names still on record? Yes. Who? Captain Abraham Grange? Quarterback. Mortimer Grange's son.
He never fumbled. He never quit. And I won't let you quit him.
Guys, the ops desk just lit up. Every scoreboard feed loops just one play. It's over and over and over again. It's 4th and goal, 13 seconds.
He's binding them to the last drive. He won't let go.
We're not exorcists, we're technicians. But if the system's his game board?
And maybe we just finished the game.
That's our job. Not to unplug him, to help him play.
Now you're speaking my language. But remember, this isn't over until I blow the whistle.
And with 13 seconds left, the longest game in history is about to begin again. Scene 3. Overtime Apparitions. The field was empty, but the screen said otherwise. On the Jumbotron, shadows in leather helmets huddled close, waiting for a play that never ended.
Okay, I've confirmed it. The game was in 1925. A championship. Storm rolled in. The stadium roof collapsed. It ended in tragedy.
Cross-referencing player rosters. Nearly half of them died.
Oh, geez, and Dozens died in the crowd too. No wonder they're all still here.
He's locking them in overtime.
4th and goal. No excuses. Run it again. This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
Jeez, they're stuck. Same play over and over again.
This is madness. Let's cut the feed.
There is no feed. That's the point.
So another small problem. The Justins are... How do I say this? Multiplying again?
Oh, this is going to be easy. We could just simulate a final score, maybe spoof the scoreboard.
No, we should project the crowd and fake the whole game.
Or we should just leave. How about we just go?
Great. We've got Justin by committee.
How many are we up to now?
7, wait, 9? Nah, hard to tell.
No, just bridge Dante. Use VLAN segmentation. Multicast solves everything.
Stop touching my API keys, damn it.
You call this a team? You're benchwarmers at best. Every one of you.
The past had its own playbook, and now it was calling the shots.
We can't fake this. We can't hack this. He won't let go until this game is finished.
So we finish it.
Wait, you're saying we play the Ghost's last 13 seconds?
Now we're talking. That's a live demo.
Finish it, or no one leaves this field alive.
The Ghosts had waited a century for closure. 13 seconds. One final drive. And whether the living liked it or not, kickoff was coming. Scene 4. The Haunted Rivalry. In the underbelly of the stadium, the living hatched a plan. If ghosts demanded a game, then a game they would have. But it would take more than wires and prayers. While the ghosts howled for glory above, under the stadium the living made their preparations. Not an exorcism, a rematch. Using the tools of their time to free the spirits of another.
So, what's the plan?
We're not fighting the ghosts. We're finishing their game.
You say that like it's a reasonable sentence.
It is. If they're stuck in those last 13 seconds, maybe they just need to see it played through.
And we've got the tech for it. I mean, motion capture suits, LiDAR scanners, AR overlays, XR projection mapping. I mean, shoot, this is easy. It'll be like a live scrimmage with some afterlife to it.
Alright, check this out. I'm syncing the suits to the spatial grid of the field. Sub-inch accuracy should be fine. If our volunteers move, their avatars will move in both physical and spatial planes. Not a problem.
And I'm copying the 1923 play diagrams now. We'll layer them as virtual paths in the head-up displays.
And the ghosts?
They'll see their own players mapped onto the volunteers via projection. If the data syncs, both realities will align enough to finish the drive.
Wait. You're projecting ghosts onto people?
Motion sensors, wireless transmitters, full rigging, we track every movement. The system maps them to the avatars on the Jumbotron.
Exactly. Full field projection mapping across all of the turf. We'll have augmented overlays via the stadium lighting and some infrared to lock it all in place and timing. The suits will handle the motion. The displays handle the illusion. The system handles the impossible. Man, this is going to be like Madden on steroids. Awesome. Budget friendly too. Yeah, I had most of this sitting in storage.
And we handle the ghosts.
So this is like the world's largest AR deployment, surplus gear, ghosts, and 9 Justins. What on earth could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's not 9. We're 11 now. And the dumbest one's over there calibrating latency.
Hey, don't point at me. The dumb one's over there writing the press release. Yeah, and I'm building a highlight reel for spooky transitions. Ooh.
Hey, Justin's focus.
Hey, Larry, did you call for volunteers? This gentleman's grandfather says he was on the 1925 team, never walked right again after that collapse. He said he wants to help.
Thank you, sir. We'll get you wired up. You'll carry your grandfather's moves, his presence, his closure.
Then suit up. You'll be his connection, a living bridge to that last play.
All right, your sensors are paired. XR feed is live. Latency 6 milliseconds. That's good enough to fool physics.
And physics is going to hate this.
All right, feeding in atmospheric mapping from the field. Electromagnetic echoes are strong. Place is saturated with residual energy.
That's not energy, dude. That's memories.
You think you can rewrite history? You can't. You weren't there. You didn't bleed for this turf.
Maybe not, but they did. And they deserve an ending.
You dare to play their parts. You're imposters.
No, Coach. We're their kin, their students, their legacy.
And mapping the projection to the turf grid, overlay synced. Yo! We're ready.
All right, let's bring him back.
One by one, almost 24 alumni and descendants stepped forward, strapping on gear, their bodies wired into history.
You think you can finish my game with amateurs? My boys bled for me. They trained till dawn, till their knuckles cracked. You don't deserve the drive.
They're not amateurs, they're family.
And they're here because you wouldn't let them rest.
Rest? Champions don't rest. Champions fight until the end. This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
Marc, rush it. He's routing all the phantom audio into the PA.
Not if I cut him off at the core. Larry, get our players on the field.
The living marched out into the storm of history. Sensors linked, systems primed, ghosts waiting.
You'll never beat me at my own game. I wrote the playbook. I am the playbook.
If he is the playbook, can we at least fix him with an update? Maybe just a firmware patch.
Only if you've got a spectral firmware update.
And there, under the night sky, the living and the dead took their positions, both bound to the same field, a century apart and seconds away from freedom. Both sides are ready for the game, the living, the dead, and a coach who refused to let go. The longest game in history was about to kick off.
You really mean to finish it?
That's the idea.
Then show me you've got heart. Let's play some football.
Scene 5. The final whistle. The field was ready. The living strapped to the past, the dead still bound to the play, and 13 seconds glowing like fate. And in the booth, 2 voices, one living, one not so much.
Good evening, folks. If you can hear this, you've tuned into what might be the strangest homecoming in college history. Half of the players are wearing motion capture suits.
They were the weight of their ancestors, sir. Their pads are grief, their cleats destiny.
And I appear to be joined by your name again, sir?
Thaddeus Spectre has returned.
Right, Thaddeus. Lovely to have you manifesting. How's the view from the spirit realm?
Hazy yet translucent. I see both the living and the departed aligned. 22 souls chasing absolutely under artificial light.
Right you are, and I see some motion sensors and network switches that's probably haunted. Either way, we're underway. There's the snap. The living quarterback drops back. Wait, he's overlapping with two ghostly figures, two quarterbacks occupying one body. That's new for me. Thaddeus.
Young Abraham Grange, his father's pride, his mother's heartbreak. He throws now not for victory but release. Blood calls the blood. The son runs where the father commands.
You're really bringing the drama tonight. He steps left, avoids the blitz.
The dead hit harder. They have nothing left to lose. The restless dead charge the line, their eyes blazing like fire.
Well, that's vivid. He dodges 1, 2. Oh, sacked by vaporous linebacker, folks. I don't even know how to tackle someone who's only 60% material.
The afterlife has excellent fundamentals. Wrapped live release.
Clock's down to 7 seconds. The living team huddles. Wait, the ghosts are huddling too. Dual huddles. I've seen split screens, but this is ridiculous.
2 words, 1 playbook. A beautiful symmetry of suffering.
You really need to lighten up, Thaddeus. It's homecoming.
Home is a complicated concept when you're dead.
Stabilize the sensors, Jamie. Boost gain.
I'm already pushing it to the edge. Hold on to your butts.
Hey, clock's running, guys. We got 1 shot at this.
Come on, push through. This is for them.
They line up again. Motion left, snap, quarterback rolling right, he fires!
The pass arches through dimensions, a pass through time itself. The ball glows with the memory of every dropped dream.
I see a perfect spiral is heading for the corner. 2 receivers, no 4, ghost and living converging. Touchdown, touchdown, they did it 100 yards late, but they did it.
The curve breaks, the chains fall, the whistle waits.
Well done, boys! You finally finished the fight.
With one breath of a whistle, the longest game in history ended. Coach Grange, at peace, vanished into legend, and perhaps into the next practice.
Well, Thaddeus, that's it. Quite a finish. Any final thoughts before you fade back to wherever you go after the postgame?
Every game ends, my friend. Some just take longer than others.
Beautifully said. You were a class act on both sides of the veil. Well, folks, you saw it here. History's longest 13 seconds finally run. I don't think there's a box score for this one.
Every game finds its end. Every player finds his rest.
And with that, the longest football game in history was over. Coach Mortimer Iron Whistle Grange at last let his players rest.
All right, I give up. I'm switching this whole thing over to unicast traffic. Hopefully, that'll restore Justin to speed back to 1.
Okay, I think I'm mostly whole again, probably around 93%, maybe 94.
That's close enough.
Nice to see all of you in one piece. Looking good, Justin.
Feeling good, Larry.
Epilogue.
Guys, facilities just texted. Baseball practice fields, pitching machines keep starting up by themselves, and the scoreboard at Grange Field, it's flashing a message.
Let me guess.
This isn't over until I blow the whistle.
See you next year.
On this campus, in this stadium, the games never really end. They just wait for the whistle.
Thaddeus, management loved the chemistry.
Truly their wish for my spectral insight to continue enlightening the masses.
Well, enlightening might be a stretch, but they're offering you a slot on the sporting package. Baseball, softball, maybe golf if you can keep from haunting the greens.
Ah, the crack of the bat, the poetry of the diamond, and all those foul balls soaring heavenlyward.
You'll fit in great. We just need to clear you with HR.
HR?
Human, haunted resources. They'll send the forms.
This isn't over.
And that, dear listeners, concludes our broadcast of Friday Night Frights, a supernatural tale of teamwork, technology, and one very stubborn whistle. The AV SuperFriends would like to thank our incredible cast of characters. Marc Kolowazinski, the veteran with a tool for every problem. Larry Darling, the calm engineer who always looks for the human signal amid the static. Jamie Reinhardt, the frugal problem solver. Chris Decter, the voice of reason, usually. And Justin Rexing, who once again proved that being stuck in the metaverse isn't always a bad thing. Special thanks to our guest sportscasters for the colorful play-by-play from Beyond the Grave, brought to life by Michael Hooper and Richard Mitchell. To our production crew, Foley artists, and the fine folks who prevented Jamie from opening any more multicast tunnels during post-production, our gratitude and apologies. And of course, to you, our listeners, thank you for tuning in, sharing, subscribing, and keeping the signal alive. Whether you're driving home from work, running cable in the dark, or just haunting the break room, we're honored to have you on the team. This has been another AV SuperFriends Halloween special, presented by Independent Amalgamated, and recorded before a live audience of blinking LED indicators. You can find more episodes, news, and spooky AV adventures by following AV SuperFriends on your favorite podcast platform and at avsuperfriends.com. Until next time, remember, keep your patch cables short, your gain structure clean, and your ghosts properly grounded. Good night, everyone, and happy haunting.